you having a good time? George asked me to come out here this evening to talk to you about retirement. Life is very casual in Florida, but I come from Ohio and I still like to get dressed up. Thank you, Ohio. These lights are pretty hot out here though, so... Hey, George. Run out here and hold my chicken for me. Thanks, George. I bet he tries that on when he thinks no one's looking. I guess I'm in very typical retirees in a typical retirement community. We get up early in the morning, have a quick breakfast, enjoy the walk and talk club, where every morning, rain or shine, we walk, all talking at the same time, but being very careful to look out for those irate drivers that are out to make you roadkill. After a brisk walk, we shower, and I go right to the pool for water aerobics. This is where you can learn all the neighborhood gossip and about all the best doctors and restaurants to go to. My husband used to go to the pool with me in the afternoons until he found out there was no swimming allowed. I wanted to accomplish a lot when I moved to Florida, but unfortunately, the first thing I accomplished was to gain a lot of weight. I went to the doctor, got his permission to join a senior aerobics class. I hopped, skipped, jumped, gyrated, perspired for 1 hour. But by the time I got my leotard on, the class was over. And you know, funny things happen to body parts when you get to be this age. Take breasts, for example. Mine are in a race to see which one reaches my waistline first. I was worried about it for a while, but then I found out that the solution was really simple. You just eat till the wrinkles fall out. And speaking of eating, we often go to Sam's for lunch, where we partake of the samples, all dispensed by ladies in white hairnets, all free. After a filling lunch, we'll often go to the flea market if we don't have a doctor's appointment. At the flea market, you can buy a Gucci handbag or a Rolex watch for $2. We make sure that we get home by 2, though, to get ready to go to dinner. Hey, they start lining up at the Cracker Barrel at 3 for early bird. Not us, though. We're late eaters. We don't go till 3:45. Some advice. When you're at the Cracker Barrel, order water with extra lemon, use a little sweetened packets, and you can make lemonade. That'll save you $3 a couple. And then you know those little bags that your paper comes in? Shove those in your handbag. Take home the extra rolls and muffins, and then you'll have a snack for TV at night. Speaking of TV at night, we always make sure that we get home by 6 o'clock for the 6 o'clock news. Heavens forbid that we should miss little Grace promoting her father's car business. Bob Dance, where everybody rides. By 6:30, we've had 10 minutes of news, 20 minutes of race, and we're sound asleep in our lounge chairs. Around 11, we stumble out of the chair and stagger into bed. And after 5 or 6 trips to the bathroom, we're ready to start another day. Now, doctor's appointments can eat up a lot of your retirement time. I don't really mind, though. With the hot flashes that I have to endure, I sort of like sitting in sub-zero temperatures, reading old old magazines, the ones I never had a chance to read when my children were little. Did you know that Richard Burton remarried Elizabeth Taylor again? My husband doesn't feel the same way I do about it, though. He insists on wearing his old ski parket and mittens, and he could give a hoot who Elizabeth Taylor marries. Calling for test results can take up a lot of your time, too. It takes a half an hour to get through the doctor's menu, and then there's that time on hold waiting to be connected. Sometimes they forget you're on hold, and the whole office goes to lunch. And then how about some of those silly receptionists, rude receptionists? They keep you standing in front of that glass window forever. Sometimes I ignore the do not tap on the window sign. I tap on the window. When you do that, they go ballistic. They throw down their Egg McMuffin and their National Enquirer, and they fling that window open and they are ready for a fight. They claim it's the privacy laws that make them keep that window closed. Give me a break. Do you really think if I overheard that any of you had hemorrhoids that I would blackmail you or report you to the national federal government? Heck no, everybody in the Sun Belt has hemorrhoids. Something you need to consider when you're selecting a development to retire in is one that has a lot of amenities. There's a development just south of us that has over 80,000. They have the Organ Donating Club, the Taliban Club, the East Meets West Club, not to be confused with the West Meets East Club. And an active development is one in which the ambulance makes 5 or 6 trips a day and is a member of the travel club. Now there's one last thing that you need to consider. This is very important to some people. It's not important to me, but it's really important to some people. You need to choose a development with a fancy name. Italian names are popular in Florida, Spanish names in the Southwest. Now be honest, would you rather live in Harry's condos or the lakes of Venice? It really doesn't make any difference because they're both owned by Harry, who's a cheap SOB from Jersey. Moving into a development with one of those fancy names. I hope, though, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I hope that I've been able to help you a little, but if I can ever be of any further assistance, please don't hesitate to look me up. My name is Grace Vereb, and I live in the Leaning Tower of Pisa section of Lost Spruce Creek. Ciao.
Isn't she fantastic? Just think she lives here.